Spielberg's Palace, Taco Bell, it looks like Taco Bell. And mostly everybody just laughed at Crispin. I mean, he's a genius. He's a comic genius. And so I was sad to see him go. But one thing that was really fun about our experience was that when we went to do the last, in Back to the Future 1, when it was the alternate Mom and Dad are cool now, you know, at the very end of the movie, he didn't like it. He didn't like the whole thing. But he said, we need to prepare for this role, so come over to my house. I went over to his house. It was a black, shiny black lacquer apartment. Like the whole thing was painted black. Black shiny. And in the middle of his living room was a silver antique gynecological table. True story. And so he set out a canvas and some paint, and he said, in order for us to prepare for this role that we have to shoot tomorrow, we have to paint a volcano together. All actors have a different process, and that was awesome. He also gave me the painting, and my mother painted over it. It was a terrible painting, I have to say, but it still was kind of a weird piece of my history. But I know where it is. It's under one of my mom's paintings. So.
Okay, that is excellent. All right, let's start with you, Troy.
Hi, I think you are great and terrific. How many times have you been confused with Ali Sheedy?
You know, not that many times, actually. There's another actress that I never remember. I'm blanking on her name, that we're always considered to be the same person. But no, not so much her. But for a long, you know, it happens a lot. I mean, because it happens to me too. Like I often forget when I meet an actor whether I just saw them on TV or whether like we were in a scene together and, you know, they delivered my baby. I don't know, I forget. There's so many faces in this world, but it never upsets me when someone, the worst thing that happens sometimes is people go, you look like that girl, you look like that girl. And you're like, what girl? And then they go, but eventually go, okay, I am that girl, I'm Leah Thompson, and then they go, nah, walk away.
So a question right over here.
Hi. Back to the Future got me interested in filmmaking, and it's sort of a question, because I know you're starting to do a lot more directing now. It's sort of a two-parter. What advice did Howie give you in terms of directing, and what would you say the difference between your directing style is and Howie's?
My husband, Howard Deutsch, I met him, he's done a lot of movies. I met him, he directed Some Kind of Wonderful. Yay! And we've been married for 30 years. Yay! 2 lovely daughters. Yay! But yeah, he's a director, and it's kind of a funny thing right now because we're both doing the same thing. We're both directing episodic TV, so it's a funny thing to be doing the exact same thing as him. Of course, he's better. But we have really different takes on things. And now my daughter Madeline, who wrote a movie I did called The Year of Spectacular Men, it's on Hulu. It's rated R though. Now my director Madeline is directing too. So we have 3 directors in the house, so nothing gets done. Everybody just tells everybody else what to do, and nothing happens. You know, he gives me really interesting advice. A lot of it centers around hiring good people and letting them do their job. Also, how important it is to make your day. In movies, it's a really long process. We have to shoot like 12, 13 hours a day, 14 hours a day, and it's a really hard, physically, it's a hard job, and it costs so much money every day. It costs $100,000, $200,000. So, you know, every hour is very important, every minute is important, so you have to be really careful with your time. So that's kind of what he teaches me. But it's fun to talk shop, you know, like, how's the DP? Oh, he's a pain in the ass.
So of course, because we can't have our own thoughts.
Thank you.
Can we do that?
dealers, we are now renewing tables for row F. Tables in row F. So if your table to be renewed is A through F, please come up front. Thanks.
Oops, sorry.
I mean, if you...
It's over here. Let me find out. The war is 71. It's that big.
Hang on a second. There we go.
Don't forget to stay tuned for our December event. Plenty of people coming out for December 6th to the 8th. Newly celebrities have been added, so make sure you go to that SteelCityComicCon.com and get all those updates. Once again, I want to thank the vendors. 750 vendors have really made this show a success, along with the Artist Alley. Unbelievable group that we have here at Steel City. And thanks to the Steel City Comic Con staff, the volunteers that really work hours and weeks and months, except Will, that we really want this to work good. Thank you for appearing and coming at Steel City Comic Con.
You're welcome.
It's a lot easier to fix it. But if things like this fester, you're looking at maybe major surgery or amputation or something like this. In all my years of watching baseball, which has been over 60, I have never seen a statistic in a paper, MV, that says moral victory. That isn't it. That would be the same thing as saying, if you have a room full of candidates for a job, and someone comes in and tells you, well, you're to be congratulated because you all filled out the application. That's the basic thing you're supposed to do. You're supposed to come in here and play hard. I don't want to hear that. It's time for success. It's time for bettering the other person. It's time for rising above the rest of them to make you the champion. I say, other organizations, just like the one we played today, would have never let this thing fester for 4 years or more.
There's the word, fester.
The incident started getting real bad. Heads would have rolled, and a new set of people would have been in here.
Chuck, thank you. Well said and eloquent as usual, and you're right.
Alright, just going to quickly go through everything I bought. On Friday, I picked up Little Nightmares for $50. This was actually going for $85 on Amazon. And this has the game, the soundtrack, the six-figure, the poster, and stickers with it. And then over here, we have these NECA figures from National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. This is Clark Griswold, and I don't know which face is scarier, this one here or this one here. They're both equally as scary, but not as scary as this. This Buddy the Elf action figure, same people. And then, this is a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, I believe. This is Mikey as Batman from Batman vs. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Up here we have a big SpongeBob SquarePants Funko Pop figure. I know I'm kind of rushing through this here, but I got this Barney Stinson bobblehead, which I showed in yesterday's video, for $10. And then lastly, at that place where I bought the Star Wars Despecialized Editions book Blu-rays, I got Song of the South, which will never get a proper DVD release, or even a release on Disney+, so this is probably the next best thing. And then the new Twilight Zone, which I know that they're probably going to put a proper release. Paramount probably will, but for right now, this will do. This will do just fine. Both of these were $20, by the way, at that thing. It's at the same place where I bought the Star Wars Despecialized Edition versions on Blu-ray, and then the Treehouse of Horror set, and the Tex Avery set from the last show. And I know I'm kind of moving fast here, but I'm just tired, man. I just want to get this over with and get this up here. So that is